In the year 9 CE, 3 elite Roman legions, nearly 20,000 men, vanished completely in the dark forests of Germania. In just a few days, Publius Quinctilius Varus and his entire army were annihilated by a man Rome itself had taught to wield a sword, Arminius. 3 legionary eagles, the sacred standards of Rome, were torn away. It was one of the most catastrophic defeats in imperial history. In the capital, Emperor Augustus cried out in despair, "Varus, give me back my legions." But Varus was dead. The eagles were lost, and Roman honor lay trampled in the mud of Teutoburg Forest. 5 years later, one man was sent to wash away that shame with blood. His name was Germanicus Julius Caesar. This is the story of Rome's most brutal revenge. Autumn, 14 CE. Germanicus crossed the Rhine with 8 legions, more than 40,000 men, and marched deep into enemy territory. His first objective was not battle. It was to find the remains of the disaster 6 years before. When the army reached the Teutoburg Forest, they beheld a sight beyond any nightmare. The historian Tacitus wrote, "On the ground and hanging from the trunks lay human bones in heaps, fragments gnawed by animals. Skulls had been nailed to trees as offerings. In nearby groves stood barbaric altars where the tribes had sacrificed Roman prisoners. Centurions recognized the insignia of old comrades. Some soldiers fell to their knees and vomited. Others screamed in rage. Germanicus ordered silence. He dismounted, gathered the bones with his own hands, and arranged them into funeral pyres. He told his men, "Today we do not merely bury the dead, we bury Rome's shame." That night, thousands of fires were lit, not for warmth, but to cremate men who had died 6 years earlier. Black smoke rose like a curse upon the Germanic tribes.
Harder, Roman! We must secure the perimeter before nightfall. This is harassment, not a full assault. We use the forest to our advantage. Strike fast and retreat.
In 15 CE, Germanicus launched the largest campaign since the days of Julius Caesar. He did not merely want to defeat the enemy, he wanted to exterminate them. Roman legions burned villages to the ground, slaughtered every living thing, and turned the land east of the Rhine into a sea of flame. Tens of thousands of Germanic civilians, men, women, and children, were massacred or dragged away in chains. Arminius rallied the old alliance.
Was the might of Rome.
Cherushi, Marci, Chatti, Bructeri. He knew Roman tactics intimately. He had once been a Roman auxiliary officer. But Germanicus was far more dangerous than Varus. He refused to be lured into the deep woods. He forced the enemy out into the open plains, and he carried something Varus never had: the burning hatred of an entire empire. On the banks of the river Weser, the two armies finally met. Arminius stood on a hill, brandishing the captured eagle of Legio the Zynex, the trophy from Teutoburg, to taunt his foe. Germanicus pointed at the standard and spoke words his soldiers never forgot. Tomorrow that bird flies home to Rome, or we die here.
They thought us weak. They thought us divided. But the forest protected us, and the gods granted us victory. Secure that segment tightly. Keep watch on the tree line. We must secure the high ground across the river before nightfall. The Romans will not cross here again. Where is Arminius? Tell me how many tribes have joined him, or your forest will burn. Your gods have abandoned this forest. Now, where are the standards? Tell me everything. I will show you. Just spare me. Wait, I can help you. The eagle was taken by the chatter. They crossed the western Varus.
They beheld the field in the distant mountain. In the distance, Caelen's Magna Germania.
16 CE. The Battle of the Weser River, known to history as Idista Viso. Germanicus chose a wide plain with the river at his back and forest on the flanks, exactly the ground Arminius loved for ambushes. But this time, cavalry and auxiliary archers blocked every escape route. When the trumpets sounded, the Germanic warriors charged like a tidal wave. They screamed the names of their forest gods and crashed against the Roman shield wall. But on that day, the legions did not break. They had waited 6 years for this moment. For 4 relentless hours, the field became a slaughterhouse. Tacitus records, the Germans fell so thickly that the Romans had to climb over enemy corpses to keep fighting. 10,000 Germanic warriors lay dead. Arminius escaped by inches, only a lock of his hair was cut off as a trophy. After the battle, Germanicus unleashed his men in pursuit for 30 miles. No prisoners, no mercy. The eagles of legions Depsif and Xieps were recovered at last. Only the eagle of Legio 18th would remain forever lost in the swamps.
Secure the perimeter. Take the weapons and burn the dead. I think they broke us. They were wrong. To the depths of the forest, men. Victoria.
Germanicus had won. He had avenged Teutoburg. He had recovered 2 of the 3 eagles. He had turned the hero Arminius into a hunted fugitive. And he stood ready to cross the Elbe and turn all of Germania into a Roman province. Then a letter arrived from Rome. Emperor Tiberius ordered, "Stop. Return. At once." Why? 3 reasons no one dared speak aloud. First, the war was bleeding the treasury dry. Second, Tiberius did not want a general as beloved as Germanicus to win even greater glory. He feared another Caesar. Third, and most profound, Rome had learned the lesson of Teutoburg. Germania was not worth conquering. It was too vast, too wild, too poor, and its people would never accept slavery. In 17 CE, Germanicus was recalled. He celebrated the most magnificent triumph Rome had seen since Augustus. The recovered eagles were carried through streets roaring with joy. But in Germanicus's eyes, victory remained unfinished. 2 years later, at the age of only 33, he died suddenly in Antioch. Many believed Tiberius had him poisoned.
We have the eagle. Fall back, deeper into the forest. We retreat now.
Germanicus's vengeance closed the darkest chapter of Rome's wars in Germania, but it also drew a border that would last 400 years, the River Rhine. West of it lay the Roman world. East of it lay freedom and barbarism. Arminius lived only a few more years before he was assassinated by his own people, suspected of wanting to be king. Germanicus was worshipped in Rome almost as a god. And the 3 eagles, the third was never found. They say it still lies somewhere beneath the peat of Teutoburg Forest, together with the curse of those who died there. And whenever the fog descends upon those ancient trees, people still claim to hear the distant sound of Roman trumpets in the wind. A reminder that some vendettas, even when paid in rivers of blood, are never truly over.
That's it, hold steady. Now loose. Well done, my boy.